Guys, Dr. Nathan Warren here, and I wanted to take a minute and go over one of our favorite biohacks that we use on a regular basis. This is one that I work with patients all the time on using this, mainly because this is free to use, it's super easy to use, and again, it has amazing, powerful effects for the immune system. And we know, like right now, it's one of the most important times really in our history to really keep our immune systems boosted and make sure that, again, we're protecting that innate immune response. So we want to do everything that we can in our lifestyle to improve the way that our bodies function on a regular basis. And so a lot of times when we think about making health changes, I think a lot of times people think, what do I need to do for my health? It's going to be expensive. It's going to be so hard to start. I don't want to spend, hundreds of dollars on supplements. I don't want to spend, $500-600 at the grocery store switching everything out. And they just get overwhelmed with making big health changes. But here's the thing, guys, it doesn't have to be that way. Some of the most powerful movers and shakers for your health are actually completely free and something that you can even start tonight or tomorrow and start implementing on a daily basis. And that's what I want to be able to go over with you guys tonight. And we're going to be doing this every day throughout the rest of the week. Some of our favorite biohacks that are free and they are powerful, and what are some of the research behind it. So tonight, I'm going to talk all about contrast water therapy. So you may be saying, what the heck is that? So in simple terms, contrast water therapy is alternating back and forth between hot and cold water. Now, for a long time, you may have heard, maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your grandmother, maybe it's, a family member or teacher that always told you, you better make sure that you bundle up when you go outside, or again, that the cold weather is going to make you sick. But bottom line is actually research is starting to show the opposite of that. And so that's super exciting. And again, it's doing it in short bursts that can make such a major difference. Now, ancestrally speaking, there's been cultures across the world that have actually really utilized this in their everyday kind of walk of life. And again, you look at different things like Nordic countries, when you look at different Scandinavian countries, we know they've utilized cold weather and therapy, going from cold weather outside to bringing in kids and adults and drinking lots of hot, warm tea. These are things that really have been around for really centuries and generations. And so I'm going to give you one of the ways that we hack it in our regular life. So the way that we want to do it is, again, I always recommend starting off by doing about 10 seconds of hot, followed by 20 seconds of cold, and alternating back and forth for 5 to 10 minutes. Really, it works even better if we can kind of work our way up to 10 minutes. It takes time though. So maybe you start tonight or tomorrow and you just start with 2 minutes or 3 minutes. But again, alternate 10 seconds of hot, followed by 20 to 30 seconds of cold, and alternate back and forth with that. Now, you may be saying, okay, Dr. Nathan, I hear you, and I'm kind of with you, kind of not. Let me go over the research for you so you can actually see it. So a study published in 2016, this one was actually published by the Academic Medical Center in Amsterdam. It was published in the journal PLOS ONE. So again, a really, really prestigious medical journal. And so what they did is they took 3,000 men and women, ages 18 to 65, and they had them practice this hot cold therapy or contrast water therapy every single day for a few months. And what they found out was pretty astonishing. So over the course of a few months, they saw that medical leave from work was slashed by over 30%. Just in a few months. Again, let me repeat that. In a few months of doing this, again, per day, and I'm pretty sure, let me see if I can get this right, 90 seconds, that's all they did it for. For 90 seconds, it ended up slashing the amount of time that they missed from work by over 30%, because they weren't taking the sick days and those leave days because their immune system was down and because they were feeling sick. So again, an absolutely phenomenal study that was done on 3,000 people. Another study shows that it actually shows to boost, right? So it boosts some of our capabilities of actually producing immune cells, so monocytes and white blood cells. So again, these are vitally important to us defending ourselves against things like foreign invaders, whether virus or bacteria. Also a major role as well in cancer. And again, making sure that our bodies innately are fighting that off on a regular basis. So again, boosting white blood cells, boosting monocytes. This is an absolute fantastic reason why you should practice, again, contrast water therapy at home. Now, you may be saying, okay, this is amazing. I want to do it for my immune system. Well, I'm about to continue to make you excited about doing this because I don't know if you're like me, but one of my least favorite things on the planet is getting cold. But when I have the motivation and the knowledge behind it, it really helps to drive that into action. So here we go. So those of you that say, well, I feel like I'm boosting my immune system pretty well, what other benefits does it have? So another study actually shows that it increases the function of something called fibroblasts. Now, why is this important? It's because fibroblasts are actually what help to contribute to collagen production for the skin. So yes, it has been shown to actually improve the way that your skin looks and how taut and tight and beautiful it is, again, especially around the facial area. And so you can use it to kind of biohack your aging process as well by improving function of fibroblasts and producing more collagen from hot, cold therapy. So look at that. That's amazing. But let's not stop there. What about in this time where we're kind of isolated, social distancing, and also too as our economy is really being hit hard. We live here in Chattanooga, so not only are we seeing our economy hit hard by COVID-19 and the social distancing thing, but we're also seeing that, again, we just had a tornado that hit here. So a lot of lives were affected. A lot of people lost, their homes. They lost, different, I know some people even lost their lives. So this has been a really, really tough time, especially for our city here. I know Nashville had a similar thing, and really everybody across the nation dealing with social distancing and isolation. And so one of the things that hot cold therapy has actually been shown to do is also improve mood. So one study took, again, men and women. These were actually done with people that had no known mental disorders, and they had them do hot and cold therapy, so contrast water therapy for about 6 months. And what they showed is a drastic improvement in their mood score. So they saw that their mood improved over time. Now, what they showed later on is that the primary mechanisms for this that they believe is because it improves noradrenaline, which has been actually shown to be decreased in depressive people. So people with a depressive, emotional state, that has been shown to actually improve noradrenaline production. And then also too, because we have so many cold receptors on the skin, that it's actually been also shown to improve electrical stimulation to the brain. So it communicates with the brain very rapidly. And so when you do that, again, you see improvements in mood overall. So again, if we go over improving immune function, right, helping to really, kind of just sustain and improve the way that your immune system functions and support that process. Number 2, improving the way your skin looks. And number 3, improving mood. The final thing that I'll tell you that it does is it helps you to be resilient, not only physically in your cells and in your body, but also in your mindset as well too. Listen, one of the most important things that we can do across the board when it comes to our health is improving our resiliency. Really, the true definition of health is how fast and how rapidly do we actually bounce back, adapt, and change based on our environment that we are involved in. So how fast do we bounce back and adapt is a huge thing. How resilient are we to our outside world? And so what we know is when you're training your cells by putting them in a little bit of a stressful situation, it produces resiliency. You guys have heard me talk about this before, whether we're talking about, kids going through some stress and producing resilient, adults ready to take on this world and change lives, or whether we're talking about fruits and vegetables that, again, going through some stress in their environment actually produces not only a higher yield, but actually produces an amazing nutrient-dense fruit or vegetable, again, at higher levels than those that were not put through any type of stress. Another example is exercise, right? When you're putting your body through some stress, it produces resiliency and actually produces a really, really solid result. So that being said, you help to train this resiliency in your cells, and you do that by working on these things called heat shock proteins and cold shock proteins. And so again, the more that we work with these heat shock proteins and these proteins in general, the more resilient your cells are, and even more importantly, the more resilient your mitochondria are within your cells that help to produce the energy that you use at a cellular level on a regular basis. So again, let's utilize this, guys. It's free. You can do it at home. You can do it starting tonight. Actually, if you do it tonight, I bet, especially if this is your first time, watch how much better that you sleep afterwards, mainly because it helps to put you into a parasympathetic state. That means your rest and digest part of your nervous system, which I don't know about you guys, but I need that during this time as well, going through the different stressors that we go through, whether physical, emotional, or chemical. So we want to put our bodies in a parasympathetic state, that rest and digest state, and really create some amazing resiliency within our cells and mentally as well. When you do this in the morning before your day, before you get started, man, I'm telling you right now, it changes your mindset and it gets you ready for your day, whatever your day may bring. Let's make ourselves more resilient. So again, doing hot, cold therapy or contrast water therapy during the day, you can, number one, help to improve, boost, and really just support your innate immune function. You do things like improve the way that your skin looks by improving fibroblasts and the way that they produce collagen. We are able to see mood improvement, mainly because you improve your noradrenaline and you see electrical stimulation from, again, cold receptors to the brain. And then finally, it helps to make you more resilient to be able to deal with stress and to be able to lower cortisol and put you in a parasympathetic mode. So again, guys, go ahead and get started with this. Super easy. 10 seconds hot, 20 seconds cold. Repeat, again, 3 to 5 minutes. Those of you that want to do it more advanced, repeat, again, 10 minutes is a great way to do it as well. So hopefully this helped you guys out. Again, some free ways to really see some major improvement in your health and see your health start to move the right way. And as always, remember, guys, we're rooting for you. We know that you got to stick to this main principle that your body is created to heal. It is doing that on a regular basis every single day, every single night. So again, you are fearfully and wonderfully made in an amazing image of God. You guys are designed to heal, and that is a fantastic, amazing thing that we can rejoice about and be super excited about. So as always, make sure that you're taking care of your health, and if you like what we say, please share it. Again, we love to hear stories about people who've heard what we've talked about and implemented that. Even if I never get to see them, that's the whole purpose of us sharing your knowledge. And again, you never know how far-reaching that can be. As always, tune in, like and follow our page, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow night with another amazing biohack that is free and powerful. We'll see you guys later.